Yeah, this is like a cool spot. Look at this. It looks like this is our office.
Downtown, beautiful Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
There you have it. Look how cool this is.
If the train will go by right there. If the train goes by, that would be awesome. We'd be like, hold up, look at the train is literally doing an inception.
Is that where it would be over there?
It's right there, right under the, see the tracks?
Ah, okay. Cool.
See the walkway bridge?
Yes,
right under that. That's where the train would come. Okay.
What's up, everybody? Ohayo gozaimasu. I'm with Sensei Matt Hall. Amazing performer. What's up, Matt?
Domo, ohayo gozaimasu.
Thanks
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, thanks for having me.
I'm very, I want to test out some of my Japanese. I've been in Japan for a couple months performing. Watashi wa chotto nihongo ga hanashimasu.
Nihongo ga hanashimasu ne. You speak Japanese a little bit.
Okay, speak a little bit of Japanese. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning.
Okay, arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you.
Let's see. Sugoi ne?
Sugoi desu. Sugoi desu means great. Wow.
Micha ine.
Micha is like a slang for like very. So that's really good.
Yeah, like really awesome.
Like bitchin'.
Yeah.
You basically just said it's bitchin'.
Basically, I was backstage and I was like, tell me guys,
teach me stuff.
If you see something amazing, what do you say in Japanese? And he's like, micha ine, but you have to say micha ine.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. Cool. I love it. I love the slang.
So you're a Japanese teacher?
Precisely. High school teacher. I've been teaching for about 18 years now.
Okay. And besides that, you also perform. You go to travel all these amazing festivals around the world.
Who knew?
You're an amazing cigar box performer,
Thank you.
diabolist. And tell me, how did you get into performing?
I started juggling in 97, 98. I was working at the Japanese consulate in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And I went across the street on my lunch break at the Sharper Image, one of those stores that sells like the vibrating chairs and the play sand. And they had a More Balls Than Most, a British company, More Balls Than Most, box 3 balls with a video.
Okay.
And they also had Charlie Dancy's Encyclopedia of Ball Juggling.
Oh, wow.
I bought the 3 balls, I bought the book. And reading Charlie Dancy's Encyclopedia of Ball Juggling is a revelation. I mean, that book is still, I think, the work.
Why? Why was it a revelation for you?
I knew juggling, but I didn't know there was so much to juggling. A through Z, hundreds of tricks, vocabulary, technique. Right. Yeah. And his style of describing the tricks and explaining them and educating you on how to do them is still really good for text and hand-drawn pictures.
Nice.
No YouTube, no video, no smartphones.
Right.
I taught myself to do everything from the book. My goal was to learn every trick in the book. Yeah. And 6 years later, I'm getting the silver medal in Reno at IJ.
You know what? Same situation with Barrett Felker wrote a book with Diablo by Todd Strong.
Yeah, of course.
And I kind of started with that. That was one of the first props I started with Diablo. And it was basically looking at the pictures and looking at and reading it. And that kind of really helped me get the tricks more sometimes than just looking on video and put it in slow motion. I mean, of course, when you see it, it helps. But to actually read it and go through the pictures, I think a lot of people miss that now these days. You know, you kind of have the video, you get video, and it's like, okay, I can see it. But then you're like, when you read it, it feels like I'm giving myself more of a challenge, and it's better accomplishment for me, like more rewarding. Like, hey, I read this whole book, I got all these cool tricks, and I got like 100 tricks now from this cool book, and then I can go back and, you know, if you ever want to, just take out the book and learn the tricks.
It takes more time.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a sense of accomplishment. You have to be deliberate. Yeah. And Charlie Dancy's writing style, this dry, wry British wit, super fun. That book's just fun to read. Yeah. Like, I already know all the tricks. I don't need to know how to do Mills Mess, but I just read it and read his descriptions and little jokes, little asides, little asterisks. Look down here, the footnote, and the footnote is some cool little historical thing. People, if you haven't done it yet, buy yourself a copy. Yeah. You got to find it. I think it's still the best book.
Sounds awesome. And look at that.
I taught myself.
Reading is fun.
Reading is fundamental. Juggling. Reading is fundamental.
Very true. So tell me this, when you started doing the cigar boxes, and what made you, first off, what's your favorite prop? Is it cigar boxes, Diablo?
Balls, without question.
Okay,
I'm a side swap guy, I'm a trick monkey, factory variations, all that. And
you have an amazing system when you teach some of these workshops. You have an amazing system.
You've been there, you've seen it.
Yeah, and you write everything down clearly and you explain how things go. Is there a process for you, a system of how you like to learn things when you work on, you know, a different ball trick?
Certainly. And now with video, right, we started with books, but now it's video. And most of the tricks I'll try and learn now are from a video or something. I see somebody do something like Matthew Tiffany or Harvard Havitsan, Superlatives video, great video. You know, that one I'm going to download that video. I'm not going to watch it on YouTube. I'm going to download it. Because then I can open it in QuickTime and you can get it slower, frame by frame, see what he's doing. I'll still write out what he's doing. Like I'm watching it, but I'm not just looking and then trying. I'm going to look, write it in step 1, step 2, right hand does this, left hand does that, right hand does this, and then I'm going to start practicing and trying it.
So what other advice would you help someone want to learn how to start from the beginning? If they want to learn the trick, what's the process that they should go through?
For me, for example, let's take a trick like 4-club Mills Mess on singles.
Okay.
Jay Gilligan put that monkey on my back in 2003 at Svendborg, Denmark, EJC. Yeah. I'm in the gym at like...
Jay Gilligan, you're a beast.
I hate you. No, I love you. I've been
awesome.
I've been stealing from him for decades now. But the bottom line is he walks up to me in the gym in 2003 Svendborg. He probably wouldn't remember. For him, it was nothing. For me, it was epic.
Okay.
And I'm just blasting. I'm doing something. And he goes, hey, man, let me show you something. And he just picks up 4 clubs and goes, 4-club Mills Mess in single spins.
Wow.
I'd never seen it. Fried my brain. It's so beautiful. I'm like, I got to have that. 14 years later, I tried, failed. I just play with it. Then starting December 1st, this year, just December 1st of 2016. Now, what's that? 4 or 5 months, almost 6 months ago. I said, all right, I'm gonna be deliberate and work more just the fundamentals. I'm not even gonna try it until I can really do 4-club flats in columns, which is the starting position, not regular fountain. But columns.
Okay.
And keep that pattern really even. Pop, 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 pop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm go. Okay, now I'm gonna go for rolling inward. That style, like I learned 4-ball Mills Mess, right? Fountain, reverse fountain.
It's kind of like a reverse
fountain, and then getting that first under the arm throw. Just seeing what that feels like. Because I've been doing 5-ball Mills Mess and 3-club Mills Mess and all these different ones. I just wanted to see if that same process would work. And it did. But then I said, okay, I'm going to be deliberate. Now I'm going to start applying other techniques like the pyramid style, or I'm going to do 10 attempts and just try to get that one arm.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm going to try and get maybe to 2 cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 under the arm throws. And now that's how I've been couching myself. My record now is 11 cycles. And my average is like 4 or 5 cycles. So I'm stoked.
Wow.
Finally, it's coming.
That's a great way to do it.
I wasted years just playing and messing around. But now I just do a little bit every day. Just like 10 attempts every day. Try and get my average. Maybe try a couple more. But every time, the same system.
So you feel like it's best to start with blocks. You first started with the base, and then from there you build up on that, and then you get that both together, and then from there you build up on that, and then you build up on that. It's like a level. You're leveling up until you get to the trick you need.
Yes, in educational parlance we say scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
You have to scaffold.
Okay,
cool. And when I teach Japanese in my classes, basically my undergraduate education, I think, made me want to be a teacher. It gave me the spiritual and philosophical underpinnings of why it's a good thing to be a teacher, why it's worthwhile, why it's a noble profession, why it's a job of significance. My graduate education at Stanford taught me how to do it.
Wow.
What is the new system of how you teach people to learn, and how do people learn neurologically speaking? Because Stanford has some of the best.
What did you graduate with?
I had a master's in education from Stanford.
Wow.
And then 2 undergraduate degrees from Notre Dame, go Irish, in philosophy and Japanese.
Amazing.
So, and I get to still use my undergraduate degree Japanese. So it's cool. How many people use their undergraduate degree? Like, oh, I graduated with a bachelor's in English literature. Well, what are you now? I sell insurance.
I work at Starbucks.
Yeah, whatever, right?
Or even, nothing wrong with Starbucks.
Nothing wrong with Starbucks. Good stuff. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I'm actually using the degree I got, so that's cool, and I love that. And then I got the educational degree from Stanford. And at Stanford, not only are there great educators, but there's also great neuroscientists. The new work is being done there a lot of times. So what we understand about what it means to truly learn is totally different now.
Can we go into that?
Absolutely.
Let's do that. So when you're learning a trick, what happens with your body and your brain?
I'll
especially
reference,
for juggling or anything.
We're talking about anything.
Performing and so forth.
And so when we talk about learning, I think I'll reference Marcia Tate from Atlanta. She's a great educator. She taught me a lot. And her title, the thing she keeps saying is, sit and get does not grow dendrites. Dendrites being the offshoots of the neural pathway. There's the, the myelin sheath around the axon, and then dendrites and the electrical impulse jumps across in order to learn, right? Yeah, the synapse is the gap between the synapses. All the brain stuff.
I like this.
I'm not perfect, but she goes, sit and get, meaning just sitting there and listening to somebody go blah, 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 does not grow the dendrites, the neural pathways.
Right.
You have to use and then she has 20 different strategies for things like humor, storytelling, manipulatives, physical, which is what we do with juggling. We are learning with the physicalness, total physical response. That's a way of learning a language. Total physical response.
What's her name again?
My name?
No, the woman that's...
Marcia Tate.
Marcia Tate.
Look up her stuff. It's fantastic.
Cool.
So
we'll Google that.
So
later.
no sit and get. You were in the workshop for multiplexes, and if I had sat there for 90 minutes and just told you guys what to do, no good.
No, man, you were a drill sergeant. You're like, okay, we're gonna have 30 seconds here, and then we go on to the next
2 minutes and 2 minutes and 1 minute, and we're chunking it. We're scaffolding. We spent a lot of time on the fundamental. We scaffold from 2 balls to 3 balls to finally a 4-ball trick, and maybe a 5-ball trick. But without the scaffolding, there is no progression. You have to have a foundation and build from the inside out.
For me, it was also good to, when I went on to the next, you know, I felt like I didn't know that one part, maybe I was still learning it, but I went on to the next subject. I was like, you know what? I get it now. I get it now. So I knew there was always still a build-up. I was leveling up, but at the same time, I was getting it from what was before by just kind of moving on.
Exactly.
Not just sticking with for hours and hours and hours and saying, okay, let's just try until I get it. It's more of like, okay, maybe we don't get it, but it'll eventually come to me.
Or you get a little bit
with something else.
Or you get a little bit, and then you say, hey, Matt, I had a question.
Yeah.
Remember? I think you asked a question.
Yeah, I was questioning it up.
You were in, at that moment, when you asked that question, what we also learned is known as Vygotsky's zone of proximal development.
Wow.
Yeah.
Say that 10 times fast.
He wrote this theory in 1950, I think, it's 1960. And Vygotsky's zone of proximal development is essentially where you want to keep a learner at all times.
Okay, cool.
Let's consider it a circle. This is the zone of proximal development. We call it the ZPD. If you're in it, if you're outside it, there are 2 reasons you might be outside of it and not learning as efficiently as you could. It's too easy. The task I've given you is too easy. You can do it, you're bored. Or the task I've given you is too hard, you can't do it at all, and you don't even know why you're doing it wrong. There's no conscious or unconscious knowledge of what's wrong and what's right. You give up again, right? In the zone of proximal development, you can do a little bit, but you need help.
Okay.
You can almost touch it, and you need the coach. You need somebody to assist you to get you to that touch. But you're close. You can see it. Here you can't see it. Too hard. It's over the horizon. Forget it. I give up.
Yeah.
Here it's already in my hand. I got it. Okay. I'm bored. I'm gonna twiddle my fingers.
Okay.
My goal with those type of workshops and that kind of 30-second, 2-minute, 3-minute practice is to keep everybody, as many people as possible, in the ZPD.
In the ZPD zone.
Exactly. And even in that workshop.
Do you feel like most people are in that zone, or do they in the zone where I just don't get it?
It's tough because with the larger your teaching group, the tougher it is, what we call heterogeneous skill grouping. If everybody in that workshop yesterday had been of your level, or say Noah Schmeiser, remember, the new hotness. If you guys were all like that, we would have been blasting. But you've got somebody who can do easy 7-ball 100-throw runs, and you've got a woman, for example, who was there, I remember a mom, who's she learned 3 balls, and I remember I said, at the end of this workshop, you're gonna be a 4-ball juggler.
Nice.
And she did. She got the cascade with the 2-stack.
Nice, great.
But the minute I start going to 7-6-2-3 with 6 balls, she's out of the ZPD.
Right.
She's giving up.
But she was static.
She stick around.
Just being able to say, hey, I can do 4 balls.
She got a little something.
That's awesome.
So once again, you have to individualize the instruction as much as possible, which is why I offered the mild, the medium, and the spicy. That is another technique to keep everybody in the ZPD.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's just
the spicy was hot, man.
I could have said beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Let's have fun. The mild,
shake it up.
The medium, the spicy, and then the.
Do you know that makes it entertaining? Because sometimes I like just mild. I like to keep it mild, you know, kind of medium for a while. But sometimes, you know, when I eat my learning aspect of just going into it and just working on my creativity. Sometimes I like it spicy. You know what I mean? Just change it up. You can't have too spicy for long, because after a while it's like
you burn out.
It's crazy.
And you get numb, just like eating salsa. You just pound the habaneros. Sooner or later you're numb.
Right.
There's no reaction.
Okay. So
we've got to keep it fresh.
Nice. Let's go on to performing. You went to the fire drums and you performed out there.
Absolutely.
What was that like?
First time. Once again, I'm just gonna say in a nutshell, I drank the Kool-Aid.
Nice.
I'm down.
Good for you.
I used to denigrate flow artists, the poi. For years, decades. I just was like, that's crap.
Welcome to the world of life of enjoying everything.
The new school.
Absolutely.
Of poi manipulation, fire manipulation, dragon staff, fan. There's some great things to be seen.
It's really cool to see, right?
Yeah. I tried to juggle 3 poi. Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah.
That requires technique.
I've tried 2 poi.
Exactly.
I mean, I can do the basics, but to go to the craziness.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I mean, it's a whole new level.
Kevin Axtell gave me poi, and I immediately just nut-shotted myself. Just whap.
It happens.
I'm like, ooh, and Kevin's on the ground laughing at me. But it was fun.
Yeah.
So I went to that festival. Kevin and Jeremiah and those guys run it.
You seem like you had a breakthrough.
It was awesome.
They like kind of changed you in a way. Like you had all this technical skill in the past, and you go there and you see this whole new world. Explain.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to change how I perform. I got to be me. You have to be honest and authentic in your performance.
You're an enthusiastic guy, you know.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
Me. I'm the trick,
have fun.
I'm the trick
you
monkey.
break dance on stage. You juggle Diablos. You're very hip.
Yeah, I'm never going to be all in black with a black turtleneck and the artiste and striking good poses. Yeah. That's not me.
By the way, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How many bandanas do you have?
Dude, like 1,000. and people ask. There was a joke like the Danger Committee. You know, what's his name? Ronaldo was busting my balls. Yeah. I've worn them. I think. I wore them even before I went bald. I went bald when I was 26.
Okay.
But I wore them even before because then before I went bald, I had hair down to here.
You look great in them bandana. But some people work, some people
I wear them simply because I hate sweating and juggling.
Yep.
Because I'll be sweating.
I'll wear a sweatband sometimes at Universal. It's really hot outside. I'll do it. And I totally agree.
Because I do this a lot.
Yeah.
And the minute I do this and I'm juggling,
forget it.
Now my hands are screwed.
Yep.
So that's why. And aesthetic, or now it's almost expected.
Right.
Like when I got invited to the British Juggling Convention in 2006 in Derby, the second time, like I'd already been invited in 2004 and I went and did their gala show. 2006, they invited me back to be the MC of the gala show.
Wow.
And their promo, all the posters said, the award-winning California rapping, bandana wearing guy from California or something like they. So it's part of the.
It's who you are.
Who I am. So it's fine. But
it's amazing how that works, right? The things you do and the things you love become eventually who you are. You can't hide it. You know what I mean? It is who you are. It's great.
I'm basically Forrest Gump of juggling. I just keep showing up at these things.
Go back.
I'm in the picture going, hey, and then everybody's like, well, there's Jay Gilligan, Get the Shoe, EAO, the True Elite, the A-list, and then what's Matt doing there? and I'm like,
nice.
Who knows, man? Nice. I'll take it.
Go back to the breakthrough of the fire drums. You were talking about that.
Fire drums. I go. Dan Holtzman was invited to MC. I was invited to.
Yeah, I love Dan.
I was invited to perform. Jeremiah and Kevin gave us the hookup. And Dan and I were talking. Dan's like, I'm this age. I'm gonna get a hotel. I don't want to camp. It's gonna be loud. They're gonna stay up all night.
Okay, so it's a camping. So those who don't know, Fire Drums is a flow festival. They have fire, of course, and they camp
Thursday to Sunday. It's about 4 days, 3 nights, something like that. They had like 700-800 people there, man.
Wow.
It was huge.
Wow.
And it's at the Blue Mountain event site in the Sierra Nevadas, like out towards Murphy. 3 hours drive. Beautiful. It was It was gorgeous.
That sounds great.
Kind of almond-shaped clearing surrounded by redwoods. So there's shade almost all the time, even when the sun goes up high. Like,
did you just draw a picture of a book? Because that sounds amazing. Like you just drew a painting.
It's fantastic. It's gorgeous. There's a river running right adjacent to the clearing. So after a workshop, I'd be sweaty, hot. I just go get my trunks on, dive in this clear river, snow melt. It was cold. It was cold. But after a workshop, after you're hot,
I woke you up.
It was perfect.
Very cool.
So Dan and I were like,
beautiful.
are we going to get a hotel? And I go, dude, this is the first time I've been invited. I don't have a long shelf life in getting invited to festivals, I think that time is coming to an end. So I'm like, I'm going all in. Were you
kind of like, oh my God, what am I getting myself into? Before you went there, like, what is this?
What is it going to be?
You're used to the juggling festivals, but here you're a little different, you more?
Dan and I thought we'd be the oldest people there. Yeah. We thought we'd be the only jugglers there. Yeah. Totally not true.
It's just like a fire party, man.
Totally not true.
Like crazy.
Plenty of jugglers there. Like I had 20 people plus at every one of the workshops I taught. People were stoked to learn juggling technique.
That's awesome.
They want to learn.
They love the workshops too, yeah?
Yeah, they want to learn basic juggling technique to apply it to their prop.
Nice.
Whatever prop it is. Whatever prop. Juggling 3 staffs. There are people that do that. It's crazy. So I said, forget it. I dug out the old tent, dug out the sleeping bag. Kevin hooked me up. I had my tent right next to him and Noel Yee. The first night I went to bed at like 4. Next night I stayed up all night.
Wow.
The fire jam, glow. I was doing glow props, glow balls. We were sessioning with glow clubs. Flow Toys in Oakland makes amazing glow clubs.
Okay.
They're the best. They're
Toys.
insane.
Nice.
I've tried Cade. I've tried all the Arrow.
Flow Toys.
Flow Toys in Oakland. Best.
Represent Cali. There we go.
West Side.
West Side, baby. I mean, I live in Orlando, but my sister's in San Francisco, and I gotta represent the Bay Area.
You got the pass.
I do the Cali style, really laid back.
That festival was amazing.
That's good. Did you perform in all of it?
I did my new tennis ball and can routine with the new 4-ball and can, ended with the 5-object cascade.
Yeah.
Clunk, 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 and caught them on. But every act in that show, super good. Double McJuggle was there. I think they closed the show. They were awesome. Dan, Dan's gonna give you the
Double
MC.
McJuggle, man, those girls.
That was good.
They are amazing. They're a hoop act.
Hoop juggling.
Hoop juggling act.
And once again, there's
we
another
saw
thing.
him yesterday, last night. I gotta say, I was just kind of like, yes, this is cool. This is really cool.
Well, once
I'm taking
again,
it.
there's something that people like jugglers would say, oh, hooping, hooping. But their hoop manipulation plus their hoop juggling, if you haven't tried to juggle 3 full-size hoops, and they did 5.
I got mad respect for those women.
Cassie did 5 hoops.
Cassie and
Mackenzie.
Okay, yeah, there you have it. Cassie and Mackenzie.
Like I tried.
Awesome, great job.
At Mad Skills 2 weeks ago, I was trying 3 ring, 3 high pirouette, and it was brutal.
Yeah, I love throwing the hoops up. Just the visuals, beautiful.
Yeah, they had great side-on visuals, right? Or when they did, I think it was doing 4 ring.
We wanted the train.
The train. We got
the train.
It's coming.
Look at this. This is awesome. Actually,
dude.
There it is.
Inception. This is basically Inception right now.
There's the train.
Straight through the middle of the street. downtown train. We are in Iowa, yo.
Okay, so and it smells like corn outside. It does.
It totally does. Well, the Quaker Oats factory is right there.
Yeah, last night Quaker Oats. It smelled like Captain Crunch.
Totally, it did.
It was awesome. Okay, so let's go back to fire drums. You performing.
Manipulation.
You performing.
The show.
What was that like performing?
It went great. I had a pretty clean night for me. I'm usually a little droppy, but I went pretty clean. And once again, tennis ball and can. That's something they asked me to do. Like Kevin and Jeremiah, who've been in that community for years,
awesome.
They said, dude, do your tennis ball and can. Nobody knows that.
Perfect.
Nobody's seen it.
Perfect.
And so everybody was delighted by it. They're like, that's cool, that's cute.
Yeah.
And then later on the last night, at the end of the night, the fire jam goes all night, and like at 6 a.m., we're blowing bubbles, these huge bubbles, these massive bubbles, and then Jeremiah pulls out his boxes and starts messing around. Jeremiah's got skills with boxes,
he's
clubs,
a great juggler,
right?
His club is great,
everything.
very flowing.
He and I start jamming with boxes, and the circle just loses their mind. They've never seen boxes. Cool.
You're showing a little part of who you are and what your heart's at, and you love the boxes, so just go for it.
Love the boxes.
Tell me this, any advice for performing for someone that wants to perform?
Like I said, the first thing, you have to be authentic. You have to be you.
Yep.
The best advice I ever got was from Robert Nelson, the Butterfly Man.
Nice.
And because he saw me do an act in Seattle in 2002.
Awesome.
I had tried out for IJA twice in 2000, 2001, and didn't make it. And then I came up with this new act, and it was inspired by kind of a Jay Gilligan. I'm going to wear the black, and I'm going to be serious, and I'm going to do this thing in arts. I was going to bounce juggle and do toss juggling with clubs, and I was going to get into the IJA finals with that act. And
that sounds boring for you because you don't seem that kind of guy.
The artiste, right? And here's the thing.
I was like, wait a minute, where's Matt? Can I see Matt Hall on stage, please?
Yeah.
Who's this guy? We're all dressed in black with a big turtleneck.
I know, yeah. So.
No, I mean that's good though. But in a way, it's a good thing because in a way, it is you. That could be the side of you, which is great. But it opened you to find you of who you are now. You see what I'm saying? Everything's a good thing. That was a good part.
As they say in Silicon Valley,
I've done a lot of different acts as well.
Yeah. As they say in Silicon Valley, I was failing forward.
Oh, nice.
So I went to Seattle. I did the act. Super droppy. It sucked.
Yeah.
And I was so bummed backstage. I broke one of my clubs.
Really?
I was crying. And Dan, I was a 32-year-old.
Yeah, right.
Clubs, like an idiot.
You know what? Hold on. Let's go back to that. Performing can be scary, and that's the thing that people need to know.
Yeah.
When you're on stage, you put your heart on there, especially if you're an artist and you have everything detailed and it takes you years to put it together. You're going back there. Of course, you're going to get frustrated backstage. Of course, if things don't work out. But you realize that at that time, in that moment, you found more about yourself from that situation than if you ever did if you had a perfect show.
Absolutely. So the show ends. Robert Nelson, Butterfly Man, pulls me aside, buys me a drink, and goes, "Dude, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
I've known you for
Good for him.
I've known you for 3 years, man.
Nice.
I've seen you at different fests, Lodi, this, that, and
I
the
wish
other.
I met
What are
you,
you
man.
doing? Oh, he's the guy.
Rest in peace, Rob.
Yeah, respect. So he goes, "What are you doing, man? That's not you. With that kind of character in black, serious. If you drop, you've already created a wall between the audience so you can receive no energy or forgiveness from them. You gotta be you, dude. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So I never did the act again. I went home, talked to my wife Lisa.
That's
Lisa's,
great.
Lisa's like, "You like hip hop, you like breakdancing, you like juggling. Just put it together and be you."
Dude.
And that was the act I did.
I'm the audience right now. Connect with me. Connect with me. Please, show me you so I can like you and connect with me. Not
Seriously.
watch me look at all my tricks. I want to connect with you.
Yep.
I want to give me an emotional response.
Let's go through it
that I
together.
can remember, hey, after the show, they go, "Hi, how was the show?" So I was like, you know what? I don't know, there's a lot of jugglers, but that guy, Matt, he was really cool. And by the way, yeah, he's an amazing juggler. So
Thanks.
you got that connection.
That's the idea.
Right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You said it better than I did. So Lisa suggested I do some sort of breakdancing routine, and then so I said okay.
Awesome.
And that's easy. You do what you.
And
know.
you're amazing at breakdancing.
Thanks. Man.
When did you start that?
When I was like 13.
Cool.
Like 1983.
I do a little bit of
Flash
breakdancing.
dance.
Yeah, I used to put on the breakdancing videos.
Oh, everybody loves it.
Skateboarding.
Victor Key used to do it. He called me. He was like, "Dude, I grew up with
One of his first
rocket."
things was
Exactly.
breakdancing, doing it.
Exactly.
And it's in a way, just move your body, go for it, try it. If you like breakdancing, try it. You like dancing, try it.
Whatever kind of dancing.
Yeah.
Hell, if you like cowboy line dancing, if you can make that work as a character.
Vince
with
Bruce
juggling,
did. Now
do
he's
it.
got an amazing lasso and did the whole
Yeah.
crazy.
Leaping Louis Lichtenstein, David Lichtenstein. So there you go.
Be you.
So Lisa told me, do what you gotta do. Do you.
Yeah.
I got the Adidas suit.
First off, Lisa's your wife.
Lisa's my wife.
And she's amazing.
She's amazing. Super hot. And
Super cool,
I
too.
bought the Adidas track suit. I got the Ghetto Blaster. I hollowed it out. Like I found an old
Yeah.
Goodwill, literally, stereo Ghetto Blaster. I hauled it out, put all my props inside it.
Right.
Walk on stage with the props, put it on the trash can.
Yep.
Pull out the balls, bust the balls. Then I take the balls back, pull out the Diablos. I've got the cardboard. I'm spinning. I'm breakdancing, and that was my 2003 routine where I got the silver medal. That wouldn't have happened if Butterfly Man hadn't taken me aside and said, "What are you doing, man?
So
you gotta be you. You gotta do you."
So for you, that was a big thing, just to go on stage.
Yep.
And just kind of. So the music kind of really. Do you feel like music's important for you when you juggle?
Absolutely.
Why?
For me, it hypes me up. It really gets me excited, and yet I'm not disciplined enough. I'm not a pro in any way, shape, or form. I don't have the time to devote to really choreographing my juggling to fit the music precisely, and yet that is something that the best acts do. Get the shoe, trespass, EAO. You look at the best.
It's all about the music.
It's all about the music.
You feel it, right?
Yeah. One of the best Renegade acts I ever did in 2010, IJA Renegade, I played Over Hills and Far Away by Led Zeppelin, took off my shirt. I don't juggle.
Yeah.
You don't
But
want
the
to see
music
this
pumped you
without
up.
a shirt.
The music pumped
but
you
I
up.
was stoked. I just blasted.
Yeah.
I was hit.
You're hearing
monster
that
trips.
80s breakdance music. You're into it.
I was into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
If I'm into the song.
Awesome. That was just a little example.
One of two things happen with me. One, if I'm into the song, I'm gonna blast. I'm gonna take risks, and it'll work. Or if I'm into the song, I'm gonna blast and take risks.
Yeah.
And I'll fail. Right.
Right. Right.
But I'm just going for it, and I'll be too focused on the song and not focused on the juggling and the technique.
Yes.
Like there have been times when I've been lip syncing to a song while I'm performing, and I'm like, that's probably not smart.
Really? Which song was that?
Led Zeppelin, Over Hills and Far Away. That's the best song. Like it opens with just guitar, but when they start hitting that first jam, down, forget about it. I want to make a ball routine to that song.
Here we go. You ready?
Oh, you got it?
No. Bust it out.
Oh.
We're ready. We're breaking. We're Matt.
That's
Can you
bad.
show a little bit?
You got a little bit?
All right, go for it. Here we go.
I'll give you a little something.
I think we got enough room. Oh, watch out. Here we go. Nice. What? Switch it up, tag team.
Do it. Give me some. What you got? Oh, there it is. Oh, around the phone too. Oh, freeze on the phone. Hold it. Nice. Ah, fresh.
Hey, what's up? How's it going? I got a phone call. Wait, I got an interview to do.
That's okay. You didn't butt dial somebody, you freeze dialed somebody.
I just freestyled somebody while freezing.
You're a breakdance guy.
Drums, you do all that stuff. You love music because
Love
it made you who you were now.
Yeah.
You put a lot of that into your shows, the music, the breakdancing. That's awesome. Tell me this. Now that you perform, you travel the world, what is performing giving back to you?
It'll keep you humble a little bit, and that's always good.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of, trying to check my ego. Sometimes working, sometimes not. But definitely performing keeps you humble. Not only because you're scared or you're putting yourself out there for judgment and approval,
Right.
but also because you're surrounded by other performers backstage, man, and you watch everybody else go out.
Right.
The shows I've been a part of where I just watch all these other performers and go, there's no way I should be in the show with these people. But yet I'm there somehow, right? The Forrest Gump angle. So that keeps you humble. Two.
But you're an amazing person and we want to watch you on stage. That's what matters. That's why you were supposed to be with everyone.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I ain't complaining.
That's how it works.
I am not complaining.
You don't have to do a 7-ball, 5-up, 7, 6 wide.
720.
You don't have to do any of these side.
97531.
Right.
All back crosses.
Okay,
all back crosses.
then you're in the group to be like, no, just be you.
Doesn't want to be me. So
That's
keeps you
awesome,
humble. It allows you to meet great people because once again you're backstage with all these great performers and they are interesting individuals. Scratch a performer and that's an interesting attitude. That's an interesting mental mindset, because they're used to deliberate practice, not just regular practice, but deliberate practice.
Yeah.
It takes a certain mindset to survive what it takes, the rigors and discipline to be a performer versus just being in the gym and performing.
Yeah, you got to live it.
To get on
live
stage,
a lifestyle.
that's a mental game.
It's like like surfing. It's a surfing lifestyle. You have to be and live it. You got to go out, down patrol, and surf the waves. Juggling's the same way. You got to live it.
Yeah.
You got to actually have it. Not be a hobbyist. If you want to do it for real, you got to live it.
That's different.
You got to breathe it. You got to live it.
Yeah, you can be a soul surfer, but Kelly Slater's got a little different mindset.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm a surfer. I grew up in California.
Okay.
So you have that. And then of course, it's allowed me to travel the world. And Lisa and I were looking at we were updating the website and the resume, because I have a local gig just like for the city of Palo Alto and where I live. And she was like, you've been abroad like 17 times in 17 years, 9 different countries, all for free. And I was like, is that how many? And we didn't count how many states or whatever. It's not all of them, but to have not paid to go to a juggling festival since 2002.
Wow.
I mean, I paid to come to IJ a little bit, but I got comped on the room or whatever to MC and stuff. That's fun, man. People pay you to do your hobby for free.
Yeah.
When you do it for free.
You get paid to play.
Yeah. When I would pay to do it, and yet they're paying me to do it, and I still get to do it.
How cool is that?
That's a win, man.
How
and I
cool
still
is
got
that?
my career too. I get to be a teacher. But
You're the coolest teacher ever. What's it like when you go back to the students and you're like, "Hey guys, guess what I just did? It says this." I bet they love to see you juggle. Do you juggle? And
we have a great club at Palo Alto High School, or
So cool.
My high school is Palo Alto High School. We call it Pali.
Nice.
And the Palo Alto High School Juggling Club is happening this year. Go Vikings.
Okay.
It's gonna be. We're gonna have a festival next year.
Okay.
Our first ever festival. We just got a new $42 million gym complex, a new $30 million theater.
You want to drop what the name of the festival is?
We don't even know what the name is yet.
Okay, there we go.
We know it's going to be.
We don't know what the name is.
January 2018 in Silicon Valley.
Awesome.
We're gonna find a weekend where there's no other festivals in the United States, and we want to provide that festival because people are hungry for festivals in like January.
Yeah.
You know, so there's months. There's months in the United
thing.
States where there's no festivals.
Yeah.
Like
you got to do something with silicon balls, because you
Gotta
have
think of something.
You got to think like 1,000 silicon balls like fall out of the sky.
Something.
Maybe a finale because you're in Silicon Valley.
Exactly. That's not bad. I gotta. Okay. I gotta.
Whatever. That'd be That'd be cool.
The kids have to vote.
Silicon Valley.
It's a student.
That's a lot of silicon balls.
It's a student club, so we'll let them decide.
Yeah.
But we're definitely having a festival. Be there or be nowhere, because
Cool, man.
You've got Mondo, you've got Groundhog in February in Atlanta. We want to find a niche where everybody's
so happy with that.
Everybody's jonesing. When everybody's like, "Where's the fest? There's no fest." We're gonna provide that niche.
One thing you just said, Palo Alto, man, that's one of the fancier places, right?
Yeah,
that's where a lot of the billionaires have all come from. You have a lot of everyone wearing hoodies.
Yep.
You know, walking around. The
a lot of Teslas. A lot of
Teslas. My sister's around in San Francisco. A lot of guys who are just young, hip, and they go to college, but you never know. They got an app that just got bought by Facebook, and now they're millionaires.
Billions,
and at the same time, they're also mathematicians. They're super smart people, very kind of, some are hipsters and some are just kind of doing their thing.
Yeah.
When you're around all that, how is that different for juggling? How do they love the performing and juggling in the community there? I mean, they must.
It's funny.
Enjoy it. It's like kind of like an MIT meets juggling. It's all math.
MIT's got a great juggling club.
So when you go to this spot, they're kind of in that same kind of mindset. How does juggling go into their lives? How do they take it?
Stanford University has 2 clubs. One is a student club that meets on Fridays.
Cool.
Then there's the kind of open to anybody club, which meets on Wednesday. Martin Frost runs that one.
Nice.
So, and then there's a Santa Clara Valley Jugglers that meets on Sunday. Yeah. I mean, the Bay Area has been pretty vibrant, but we lost, say, the San Francisco Circus School several years back.
Wow.
California used to be super hot, and now it's kind of on a down slope, but I think we're starting to come up again.
Cool.
And we just had Alex Barron.
Wow.
You know Alex Barron, the guy, 11 balls, 35 catches, whatever. He just finished his graduate degree at Stanford, so he was there for the last year. And I took my students over. I took my students over for just a regular Friday practice.
What do they think?
They fried.
Perfect.
They lost their minds.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And they motivated them to get up and juggle and try.
They were stoked. They were all
great.
jugglers, but I go, guys, you're about to meet the man who holds the world record by a wide margin.
Right.
There's like Alex Barron, and there's everybody else.
Yeah. And there's a sense of like when they meet that and they see that and they see it in person for the first time, that's got to be an eye-opening experience to go, wow, this is possible. The human body can do this. it makes them go back and say, oh, well, doing 3, I can do it. You know, if he's done 11, at least I can motivate myself. And for them, that's the best that you can do. You gave them an accomplishment, you gave them something, a reward, and they can go teach someone else. I mean, that's what teaching's about, right? Teaching someone so they can teach someone else.
You got to pass it on.
You're spreading the love, Matt, in a way that's awesome. You're teaching people how to, you know, juggle. You're teaching them obviously Japanese, and through your way of your personality, I totally respect that, and I feel like you have such an amazing future of just sharing this and teaching this. And please do, because in a way we all learn more, and this builds the juggling world, builds the performing world, and just people like you make a big difference.
Thanks, brother.
So thank you very much. Check him out, Matt Hall, the sensei of juggling. Sayonara.
Sayonara.